nephew Tommy obviously kind of come a little bit hard on yourself. But before I go there, actually, let me stick to the line of inquiry. So obviously, we found out from Alexis that AJ kind of played her. Were you aware of the fact that AJ played her the way that he did, or did you find out on the reunion?
Um, when did I find out exactly? I found out basically before the reunion, like basically when she got eliminated, and I knew I kind of could piece together what happened, for the most part. And then I got some more information from AJ, later on, but
Okay, so okay, so you found that before the reunion hit.
oh yeah. We all knew everything before the reunion. It was no new information from the castmates within the reunion for the most part. Because we remember we've been around each other, casting parties and stuff like that before the reunion was even filmed. So
Okay. Oh man. So okay. So everyone knew that before they got into the show. So then obviously, that conversation with obviously AJ, Alexis as well. We know we saw you try to explain, and it kind of got edited out where you were saying obviously that the comment about I thought you were smarter than that. You were trying to explain that obviously that in that conversation, it was actually about AJ, but it got cut off. Were you able to explain that on the actual on that live reunion, or was someone also interrupting you at actual reunion as well?
yeah, they were interrupting that part. I was trying to basically they were, Tommy did his spiel and all the word, you know what I mean, that drama thing, and then I guess they were trying to get me to, I guess, bow down and apologize to Alexis or whatever like that, and I was like, I wanted to take as much accountability as I could, but I couldn't apologize for what we saw because it was just the edit was so crazy and it was just such, like I said, that wasn't even our conversation. Our conversation was 90% about AJ. Like I said, I didn't know, like I said, we had a 3-hour conversation the night before. That was all about AJ. The reason why the whole vibe and everything changed from me and Alexis going very well together to in the pit was because, he put the charm on her and she wanted him. And instead of them making her like the villain, but I guess choosing another man, they had to go attack my faith at first. They tried that, and they tried to make me seem like I'm talking down to black women, and they tried to make me seem like I'm the messy one. And they just kept coming. I'm like, man, y'all, this is getting corny now. You can stop. Like none of this is true.
Okay.
Um,
So with obviously, I know the editing was a bit mad. So the 3-2-1 situation. Let's keep 100 trill now. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So I know you've explained this on a live. So you were saying on one part, I think you said on a live that for you there was 3 dates. In a sense, because obviously you went on different outings, but obviously for Amber, she might not have counted it as dates. And I know you said obviously it may have been the fact that that it might have been the editing. But okay, so how did we get from 3-1 situation? How was that edited in such a way? Like, how did that actual conversation go? 3-2-1. How did that get edited? How did we get to that conversation?
Because I'm explaining to her, I'm like, okay, we've been on, like, me and Amber's going back and forth apparently in the ringing part. I was like, okay, we've been on 3 dates. She's like, no, we've been on 1 date or something. She said something like that, and I said, now I'm starting to explain the dates. I said, you came to my house on your own. I cooked for you. I had wine. We cuddled on the couch. You didn't leave at midnight. Blah 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 blah. And we both kind of agreed on the spot there that was a date. And then I brought up the second date. I was like, you was in my hot tub. I was sitting between your legs. You gave me a back rub. We're talking and stuff like that. It was a group date, but I bought the liquor for that date. And, you know what I mean? Everybody was together. I mean, you were vibing. We had the connection most of the time. And she's like, oh, there's other people there and stuff like that. So I gave her that. I said, okay, I ain't going to count that as a grape. So I said it's in 2 days. So now I said the third one in question, I was like, well, that was a kiss. You came out to meet me at a bar. I bought drinks. We danced all night. We kissed. We danced more. I walked you to your car. You texted me as soon as you got home, said you had a great time. I said, yeah, I hope you see what I see in us. You said, oh, I hope so too, with heart emojis. We talking about each other's friends. I was like, that's the third date in. And she was like, oh no, it was a bar. And I was like, okay, you're sitting next to your new man. I ain't about to argue with you about what you think is a date or not. So I was like, fine then, we'll agree on one. It still doesn't neglect everything that happened. You know what I mean? Like we're cuddling the first day, you give me a massage, and then we kiss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, call it what you want to call it. I'm not here to argue about what's considered a date or not. To me, if we spend time, you came to see me, I spent my own money, not the production money and things like that. It's a date in my hand, especially during COVID where we couldn't really date. This is all off camera. You didn't have to go on to come meet me up. When they give us an on-camera date, we have to be there. It's mandatory. You come see me, that's on you. That means you really want to see me because we're already so busy, and you made an effort to come see me. You know what I mean? To me, that meant more of a date to me than any of the dates I ever went through, too. And me and Alexis only been on 2 dates. We went on that one golf date y'all saw, and then the Valentine's Day date that was off camera, and I volunteered that information. And me and Chris Anthony only been on 2 or 3 dates too. We've been on that little game date y'all saw, and I took her to lunch, I think.